Good morning or good afternoon. Good afternoon from my end. People on this other link, people on this other side of Facebook. How is everyone? How is everyone doing? Yeah, sure. How is everyone doing? Okay, let me just skip this one. How is everyone doing? I trust you're good. I'm on 2 platforms, so my face might be shifting a little bit. How is your family? Oh, what's going on? Who is online? Who will join me? I've come today to discuss a little bit about how to cope with the fuel scarcity, the fuel shortage in Nigeria now. I lived several years of my life in Nigeria, so I know, and as an adult and as a working adult, I lived on my own for several years, right? And this fuel scarcity didn't start today. Though this one I heard, I'm not there, I heard it jumped like 200%, 300%, you know, but over time we've been having fuel shortages, fuel scarcity. It has been a lingering issue. Every once in a while it comes up. So I'm here today. Let's discuss. I have some tips for you. Generally, how to cope with challenges. Forget about this, my fine face. I don't see shege for this life. I've seen challenges, and to the glory of God, God has helped me. Whenever I see that, I don't. It doesn't scare me. The only thing that scares me now is either death, that's deleting, or incurable illness. That's the thing that scares me. Every other thing, I put on my big girl's pants shoe. Sorry, big girl's pants or big boy's pants, and start fighting it. So it doesn't really move me like that. So this is happening. No. It might get me down at some point. That's why I talk. I'm vocal. I speak. Like, if you come against me, as a bully or something, I'm gonna give you a knock. So fuel scarcity is nothing. We saw COVID here. In fact, when my mom was over 80 living with me, I had a toddler. I was just me. So if you could cope with that, I don't know, there's nothing like fuel scarcity that you wouldn't be able to cope with. It was hellish at that time. Like, people were falling down, old people were just buying left, right, center. I didn't just know what to do. I was confused. Like, but to the glory of God, we came out of it. It was tough. It was tough for me. That's why sometimes some music I play, when I saw some music I recorded, those period, I like, oh, you know. But it had to go through life knowing that there will always be challenges. I did a short video yesterday on my wall, that in life there is no linear progression. There will always be detours in everybody's life, in every situation, in everything, in every journey. There's always detours. It's only in artificial intelligence or in computer you can have linear, or just mathematics you have linear progression like that. In life there will always be detours, there will always be commas. There's always, even God created everything and rested, right? So there's always a time. That's why even in a day you have to rest. There are times, sometimes all those challenges, even a time for you to rest. Like this fuel shortage, this fuel scarcity now, is going to make our environment cleaner. People will use less and less fuel and stop polluting our environment. I remember those days in Lagos. There was time my mom was living with me. She couldn't even sleep at night because every time, everybody, oh my God. You woke up in the morning, she said she didn't sleep. Me, I will sleep in that noise, because I know I will have to go to work the next day. So I have to sleep. And me, I sleep easily. So all those things will even stop. You know, so it's going to, one part, it's going to help clean up our environment. And the other things you could also help you save money and all that. So I've come here with about 5 tips to help you cope. I have experienced it before, and it's not out of this world. It's not something we have not seen before. We started, you know, during other governments, you know, they hiked fuel prices. There was the demonstration here and there. There was also some artificial scarcity. Sometimes the marketers will go on strike. They say they didn't pay them the subsidy. A lot of, you know, things were just going on at that time, at different times. So we're able to cope. Now, number one tip I'm going to give to you is don't panic. Akpati Christopher, do you want to join? Can you tell me what you want to talk about? Then I can bring you up. Don't panic. Don't panic. Accept the situation. That is number one rule of dealing with challenges. When something that you never expected or just sudden interruption in your movement happens, accept the situation. Do not panic. Accept the situation that this has happened. That is one thing one tip I'll give you every time you have any challenge, any disruption in your flow. Just do not panic. Then accept the situation that this has happened. It has happened. It's not a time to say, oh, why me? Why is this thing happening now? You know, you get frustrated. So accept the situation. Do not panic. That's number one tip. Because panicking, questioning, I've learned before now. I used to also explain myself to people, but you need to find out who you are explaining to, if the person is understanding you, or if the person is even on your side, or if the person is even wants your good. If the person is even a good human being that wants your good. Before now, I used to explain, but I found out that all those explanations doesn't even make sense. Just have to deal with what you have to deal with between you and your God, and anyone that has your interest at heart. Okay, so accept the situation. They might not change it. Tinubu might change. It might not change it. They might, even if they change it now, before 1 year, 2 years, they will still have to increase it. So accept the situation. Start making plans on how to cope, on how to move ahead with what has happened. Okay? So accept the situation. Just know that this is your lot now. Just know that this is your lot now. This is what you're going to deal with. Do not start making questions, you know, asking yourself questions, being grumpy about it, or, you know, just ndokashiaho in Igbo language. Don't fret. It's not it's nothing. It's really nothing. It's just more money that you have to spend. So it's nothing to fret about. You are not sick. Nobody has died. You know, so don't panic. Live your life as normal. Then start strategizing. What are you going to do? How are you going to cope with this? What are you going to do to overcome this? Okay? That's number one. Number two is the most expensive one. If you have the money to invest in an alternative sources of energy, renewable energy like solar panels, solar system, all right? This is the time to invest in that. But it's very expensive. Sometimes it can run into millions, depending on the capacity you want. Like if you want it for your whole house, if you are renting, you know, you could place it in different places. The people that are into that business will let you know exactly what to do and how to, the capacity to, you know, carry all the appliances. And you know the appliances that are of utmost importance to you. You know, so if you are living in a very hot place, you might need ACs, so you just know the ones you devise according to your own situation, what you need to do, and, you know, the places you need to place them, the capacity you can afford, affordability, and the need. So you know which one to do. But if it's your house, your house, so it's a time to invest, because it's a long-term investment, even if it means paying bit by bit, depending on who is your supplier. Some people put it all across their roof. And it's a one-time investment, and it's long-term. It's going to solve all the issues you are having, all right, with power supply and everything. You don't need to be talking about fuel and no fuel. Then you just have to deal with the one of your car, or the one of your automobile. The one of your automobile, maybe your motorcycle, your car, you know, those ones. And the transport system is definitely going to increase. Transport fares are going to increase. Market women are going to increase their fares, because everything will be logged under, oh, there's transportation, no fuel, transportation, this and that. We know all that. Nigerians will also, you know, add up everywhere. Anybody now will just put it under fuel and all that. So we'll get to that. So at least the one of your house, you'll be able to sort out the power needs. If you're able to afford renewable energy, alternative sources of energy, solar systems, right? If you're able to afford that, that would be good. People also use UPS. Is it UPS now? You know, those general alternative sources of power supply that does not require petrol, fuel, you know, gas, or those kind of sources. All right, so if you can invest in those things now, because you need them. Okay, then number 1, I said don't panic. Number 2, invest in renewable energy, alternative sources of energy, solar panels, UPS, and you know, and the like. Then number 3 is if you are living in a crowded place, because another thing in Nigeria, because Nigeria is a tropical country, is a very hot, you know, country, really quite hot. Is another problem we have is what we experience at night. If you God, plus mosquitoes. So at night, those mosquitoes will wait for you. Maybe you offended them, or your ancestors offended them during the day. They wait for you in the night. Now you are hot. The mosquitoes will still come and start biting you. You will not sleep. In the morning, you will not be effective. Excuse me. You will not be effective. You will not be able to, you know, function properly. You know, so you are frustrated and, you know, the likes. So how do you sort that one out? Sometimes people go to people that live in the cities. Maybe you look for a place that you feel, okay, this place, the rent is not so high, but that place is crowded and you are suffering yourself. Of what importance is it? Of what use is it that you are making small money, you are suffering yourself on top? Do you know one day we will all leave this earth? We will all leave this earth. So why are you suffering yourself? You are making money, you are suffering yourself, right? So I'll advise you move to a place that is well ventilated. Move to, even if you have to pay more, move to a place that is well ventilated or better ventilated. Look for a place that has better ventilation and security. Sometimes you go to maybe the suburbs of the city and they don't have security. So you have to also consider all those things. A place that is well ventilated and has security, even if you have to pay a premium, even if you have to pay more, it's better for you than you stay in a place that is so crowded. Some houses, they build it, you know, there is no cross ventilation. The house, the window on this side is just one side of window. Because if it's just one window in a room, the air will be coming in, it won't be flowing out. Maybe the whole place will be stuffy, you'll be hot, then plus the hot weather. Then at night, when you need to, maybe you normally put past my neighbor to blow fan in the night. It's no more, you don't have, you have to pay so much for it now. Because before, people were just indiscriminately using generator to disturb their neighbors at night. You know, so this is going to stop all that, at least to an extent. Some people will still be stubborn and be doing it, but at least to an extent. And everybody will have a sound sleep, right? So move to a place that has better ventilation and good security. It will help you, so that if you normally sleep with generator and fan at night, all you need to do is to put on mosquito nets, maybe use insecticide to, you know, to secure your house at night, so that the mosquitoes will not disturb you so much, at least so for some hours. If they start again, you can wake up and, you know, flit the room again and go back to sleep. But good ventilation is very important now to help you with the heat. And you can sleep, if you're sleeping in a place that is well ventilated, you might not need fan at night, you know, at least to an extent. For me, though some people might condemn this, for me those days, because I hate to put on generator at night, I don't like disturbance. If I get hot, sometimes I go and sleep on the tile. Yes, I go and sleep on the tile. Some people say, oh, you get pneumonia. I never got pneumonia because I rather not be hot than I say I'm hot, like, you know. So what I do, because even after bathing in the night, before you know it, the hot weather, you know. So what I do, I also sleep on the tile. So if it's even when the room I was sleeping on was well ventilated, though, I still notice that, you know, when they take light like that, you know, I sleep on it a few times. But if there is light, I put on my ACs and I just pray. That those days I used to pray that they give us light for even if it's 2 hours. I put on the AC when the place is chilled. Even if they take the light, it will last me at least till 4 a.m. depending on when they took the light, you know. So those are things you have to also consider. And also, if you have probably your estate where you live, move to an estate. There are some estates that have, I think this will be part of, yeah, part of moving to a ventilated place. Look, some estates have agreements with the NEPA guys. You have to, if you want to catch a monkey, you have to behave like a monkey, right? So if that is what they want in Nigeria, follow them and do it now. It's not wrong. I don't know how they do the arrangement. Maybe they pay them or whatever arrangement they have. They give them some benefits. The NEPA guys give them benefits. Some of the estates have almost 24 hours lights. They don't take their lights. I don't know how they do it. 24 hours. So find out if your own estate management will go and find out how other people are doing it, and how the NEPA guys will be giving them, even if they give you 12 hours of light in a day, or even 10 hours every day, you are good. You'll be good. Even if it means maybe sleeping with ice bags, like putting ice bags close to you. You freeze some ice, put some ice bags close to where you're sleeping. At this point, you have to probably sleep on the mat. Put ice bag and you know, so that you'll be comfortable. All right. So look for ways to move to a better place. And if you find out that some of those estates that they have, you know, good power supply, if you have to pay more money, move to those areas, and your life will be good. You don't have to worry about always going to look for queue at the filling station, go to buy fuel and all that. Okay. Number 4, make more money. Look for ways to make more money. Because whether you don't buy for the house, or buy for the house, you still need for your automobiles. You're still going to spend more money. If you're paying transport, you're still going to spend more money, because everyone is going to hike their fares now. If you don't go anywhere, you eat. Everything in the market is going to increase. So this kind of thing drives inflation. So you have to look for ways to make more money. So when you see people that are doing different things, we understand that we need this money to survive, to pay our bills. Bills are rising. They're not going to come down. So look for ways, what you can do to make more money. Look around you. For us, this social media will do. We are looking for money. We're looking for sustainable money too. Like, you know, things that could outlast our active years. You know, so things we could build and earn on the online space. So I work in the online space, and I believe it will, you know, it's things that will help me even when I'm not active. I could sit down and do things. I could even earn for my previous work, right? I could earn royalties for my previous work, you know, generally. Then I also run a business, you know, full-time business online. So look for ways to make more money. This is not my time to say, oh, I'm earning this salary, I have a good job. That job you're talking about cannot be sustainable. Cannot be sustainable, you know. That's why so I was talking with somebody the other day. The person was complaining about how if they go to government offices, they just cut their throat. You have to pay you almost pay for someone that will make photocopy or signature, everything you are paying for it, because every day cost of living is increasing. So how do they cope? You know, all the bribery and corruption is now how they cope. So this is a time for everyone to look for another source of income, multiple streams of income, whatever you need to do extra. Whatever you need to do extra. Let me also chip in here. If you live in Canada, if you live in US, if you live in Australia, if you live in New Zealand, Asia, UK, Europe, contact me. There's something we can run together so that you start earning online. I will show you how to do that. You start earning online and either replace your income, have time for your home, like I do, have time for your home, or you could do it on a part-time basis. Okay, so number 4 is make more money. Number 1, don't fret, don't panic, accept the situation, put on your big girl's pants and start digging it. Put on your big boy's pants and start digging it. Then look for, number 2 is look for alternative sources of energy, renewable energy. Then just like solar panels, UPS are examples of those. Number 3 is move to a more ventilated, secure place. If you're in Nigeria, like if you are in places where you could arrange with the NEPA guys, is it PHCN now, power holders, to give you more power for a day. Look for ways to sort that out, because you can't keep buying the exorbitant fuel for household use. Okay, number 5 is get a fuel attendant girlfriend or boyfriend. Oh my God, I'm just kidding, but somebody was saying online that POS guys their time has gone. This is now the fuel attendants time. So maybe you should get a fuel attendant boyfriend or girlfriend. I'm just kidding. That is not one of the points. I'm just joking. Okay. So number 5 is plan your usage. Plan your usage. It's not more a time of okay, go and put on the generator. Okay, go and put on the generator. Anybody also come, they just draw generator, put on generator. Even when I was in Nigeria, generator has been one prime source of wastage in the home. Sometimes you draw the generator, the cord would break. You know, when we start using key, sometimes the key will not work. You know, sometimes because of the way we use generators often, we use it so recklessly, it's always breaking down. It's always breaking down, no matter how you do it. Even when I was working in the bank, the big generator, you see the kind of brand new they will buy. 2 months, it's as if breaking down. I don't know those people that fix generators. I don't know if they also remove things in it. I don't know. So I had a very bad experience with generators, whether big, small, medium, anyone. There will always be something wrong with generator, at least sometimes once every week. Sometimes, you know, monthly, you must be spending money in fixing generator, apart from the gas, the fuel you buy into it, right? So it's always one thing or another. So plan your usage. It's no more a time of anybody that comes to your house, piam, you put on generator. Oh, Arsenal is playing against Liverpool, piam, you just, you know, you just use it recklessly. It's no more a time. Plan your usage. Okay, the madam has cooked in the house. We need to freeze these things, right? So between the hours of, maybe because we also need it to you know, for the night, maybe between the hours of 9 p.m. to 12 midnight, 3 hours, 10, 11, 12. We're going to do that and also use it to cool off what madam has cooked. You know, those days when we were growing up, my father used to put generator for 9 o'clock news, right? So NTA news, you know, so you know how to when generator can serve everyone. Maybe that's when you also need to watch maybe a program in television or something if you don't have lights, right? If you don't have power supply at that time. So plan your usage. It's no more a time of indiscriminately with maybe your service staff, everybody just puts on generator and just use as they like. At the end of the day, the bill is going to come to your head. So plan your usage. If you have to do pool usage, what I call pool usage, like you pool cars, together, and like people that want to transport themselves from one place to another. Everybody will pay. Maybe if you use my car today, we'll use your car tomorrow. You could do that. No more a time of, oh, only me drive to work. If you have close people, your neighbors that are going to work with, are going to the same place with you, all of you could join together. Maybe you drive, somebody, at least with your car, no matter how small the car is, it can take 3 more people. Maybe this week I'll drive us to work. Next week is your turn. The other week is, right? You just do the pool usage that way for cars, even for household use. Let me say you normally sit down with your friends and watch a football match. You could go to viewing center and do it. You could go to hotels. Like you could go to restaurants, like if you're eating or something. Maybe the time you eat, that's when you go and watch it. Or you come to my house this time and I go to your house. It's not my time to do big manism, what I call big manism in quotes. It's going to bite everyone. So a time to do pool usage in any way you can, in your automobiles, in your household use, any way you can do pool usage. Make sure that you plan your usage and pool when you need to pool. Just pool your resources together, and everyone will help the other person that way. Okay, so these are my tips. These are the few tips I have. Then I have to add that at the end of the day, it's going to make our environment cleaner. Yes, we're going to have cleaner environment if everybody does not just blast their generators anyhow they want. Do you know the the emissions that come out? When I was coming back this morning, I think I said something in that line. The toxins, the emissions that go into the society, into the environment, destroying the environment, fossil fuel, because of all these things that we emit. So if it's going to make us to reduce how we use these things and emit those toxins, at the end of the day, we'll be healthier for it. The environment will be healthier. Human beings will be healthier for it. Okay? You might not know, but that is what goes on. Okay? So let me know how you are coping already in the first shortage, first scarcity in the comment section. And if you are able to apply these things in your own life, in your environment, in your household, in your work life, in your business, let me know how it's also helping you, and how you are coming along. All right. So thank you for joining. For people that came and left, thank you for joining. And if you watch this later on, let me have your thoughts, and have yourself a great one. Have yourself a great one. Bye. See you some other time. Bye.